Valen Studios, a new studio created by farmer Vicarious Visions founders Guha and Kauthik Bala, have signed a deal with Electronic Arts to publish their first game. The band has previously founded Vicarious Visions back in 1990, and the studio is best known for working on titles like the Guitar Hero series, the Skylander series, Crash Bandicoot 10, Same Trilogy, and Destiny 2, as detailed in a press release. Electronic Arts, third-party publishing division partners, will distribute Valen's first original intellectual property for consoles, PC, and mobile. While no further information about the unannounced game was publicly revealed, Valen is promising an entirely new and entertaining way to experience team-based action. The studio is also adding 14 new jobs to work on the project. Exploring the boundaries of play with new technology and play patterns is what makes us tick, said Valen Studio CEO and co-founder Kauthik Bala. Our plan was always simple: build an awesome team, find the magic in something new that the team was passionate about, and then enable their success. We are looking forward to introducing their vision and developing it, along with players, for many years to come. The folks Discord snuck in here today at the end of 2018 to announce something. We raised $150 million in another round of funding, led by Green Oaks Capital, the company which the new investment values at $2.05 billion seems to be riding high after the recent full-fledged launch of its own in-client game store, replete with early access system, and an attractive 90/10 share split in devs' favor. It now claims a global user base of over 200 million. Prior investor Tencent also put some money into this funding round, alongside Firstmark, IVP, Technology Opportunity Partners, and Index Ventures. Online tutoring company Byju's announced yesterday that it HNSACQUIRADIOSMO, developer of educational games for children, for $120 million, as reported by TechCrunch. Osmo offered a cash option, but elected for an all-stock payout. The acquisition will reportedly help Byju's offer a broader range of learning solutions to children between the age of 3 and 8 by tapping into Osmo's tech. This seems to make sense, as Byju's focus is on creating immersive content offered through personalized learning experiences for students. Founded by former Google employees Ahmed InshaAllah, Osmo was launched back in 2013, and is known for developing a series of digital and offline learning apps tied to customized hardware for iPads and Android tablets. These augmented reality apps integrate offline activities to help children between 5 and 12 learn, and according to Ahmed, have been incorporated into around 20,000 schools in the United States. Newsbrief. Renner Duck, the developer behind the Card Digital published game Bomber Crew, has been acquired by Catalyst, Card Digital's parent company. The deal comes a year and a half after the release of Bomber Crew, and, as Renner Duck has 2 more games in the series in development. In a statement, Catalyst CEO Dominic Wheatley says that this prior relationship helped pave the way to the recent acquisition as well. A press release notes that the acquisition was a cash and shares deal, but does not offer details on the terms of the arrangement aside from that. But, with that deal signed, Renner Duck joins the publisher Card Digital, testing on the support service provider Testronic, and developer Kuju as Catalyst subsidiaries. Wheatley also says that Renner Duck is just the first of several acquisitions the company hopes to complete in the next year, with the goal of continuing to build up Catalyst As a prominent game company in the United Kingdom, he notes that the company is currently chasing some leads, but is also actively interested in talking to developers that might be interested in joining the company. This interview is part of our Road to If series. You can find the rest by clicking here. Do not feed the monkeys as players in charge of multiple camera feeds, looking in on the private lives of various people, but asks them not to mess with their lives, with all of this information being unveiled to them, and the mysteries of these lives laid bare. Can players resist the urge to interact with them in some way? Fear Levin Brothers, developers behind the Sumus McNally Grand Prize, Excellence in Design, and annual OVRAWARD-nominated game, spoke with Gamasutra about the thoughts that went into creating a game about watching people, the mysteries that can be found in ordinary lives, and how taking a light-hearted look at some unsettling subject matter made it more approachable to players. We are Mario, Alberto, and Louis Sullivan, programmer, narrative and game designer, and producer of Do Not Feed the Monkeys. We started making games, let's say professionally, in late 2013. Before that, Mario had done some small games in his free time, but none of us had been in touch with the video games industry other than as players. We, the founders of Vicarious, are three brothers that have been playing video games since video games entered homes. In fact, our first computer was the ZX Spectrum 48K. We played together for ages, mostly narrative-driven games, which we love. In fact, the idea of making our own video games as a team started back then, when we were kids and teenagers. Back in 2013, we decided that we wanted to create together the games we do love to play, and that's how Vicarious was born. Since then, we have developed two commercial games, Dead Synchronicity, Tomorrow Comes Today, 2015, an old school point-and-click adventure game released on PC, iOS, Android, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, and, well, Do Not Feed the Monkeys, 2018, which is our most ambitious game so far. In the beginning, Do Not Feed the Monkeys was inspired by the main character of a novel we read a few years ago. WHO now and then stares at his neighbor, who lives in front of him, and watches him dancing, all alone. This guy, the watcher, cannot stop wondering about the reasons for that. Is his neighbor taking classes and he likes to practice, but he does not have a couple? Does he try to recall happier times when he used to go dancing with the person he loved? We thought it would be really interesting to develop a game with mechanics that involved watching other people and trying to find out about the reasons behind their behavior, wondering about their lives. Of course, the film Rear Window came to our minds really quickly, but we thought an interface like the main view of the movie had certain restraints regarding the number of people to spy on, and the kind of stories we could tell. So, we kept looking for inspiration about the final approach of the core idea behind the game. We used Unity 3D as the main engine, and then an in-house, custom narrative design tool to create and implement the storylines, dialogues, and so forth into Unity. We tracked progress and managed the production using Handplan, a great tool made by some Spanish mates that we definitely recommend to every video games producer. After watching movies like Rear Window and The Life of Others, and replaying games like The Good Old Little Computer People, looking for the right approach for our new game, we happened upon, and grew really terrified about, the existence of websites like www.inshaAllah.org. These sites feature the video feeds from thousands of unprotected surveillance cameras worldwide. placed out in the open in highways, on the streets and nature backgrounds, but also in malls, restaurants, libraries, bars, warehouses, and even private homes. Then, we decided to mix the two ideas. What about a game in which the avatar had access to dozens of live camera feeds, so that they can spy on people and try to guess about the lives of the watched people? We loved with the idea immediately. It allowed us to tell lots of stories featuring different genres, and to experiment with complex, rich narrative and game mechanics in a very creative way. So,